Okay, it should be recording. Let me hit that intro.
This is Bob from Metal and Mortgages.
Our friend Bob sent us over a song. I feel compelled to play the whole thing.
Metal and Mortgages podcast.
This is where I'd normally have like
Boomer
a
Bob's previous podcast
on-screen
was called
display
Metals
going and graphics.
Mortgages.
There's a guy named Bob from a podcast called Metal and Mortgages.
Shout out to Boomer Bob from Metal and Mortgages.
Bob wants to become his former awesome self from 20 years ago.
That robot from Metal and Mortgages called back again.
My friend Boomer Bob. Stop teasing him. Just ask him to come on already.
Bob said he's drinking and driving and texting right now. That's what I'm all about.
The Boomer Bob Show. Boomer Bob Show coming soon. Boomer Bob's podcast.
All right. Well, thanks to Bob.
Thank you very much, Bob. That was fun.
Boomer Bob tears me a new one. What do you got for me, Boomer Bob?
I'll tell you what I got for you. Hand sanitizer.
Yeah. That's what we do with that.
Now I'm going to touch myself. Be all over me like a cheap suit. I did find a cut because of this. I noticed I find a lot more cuts that I didn't know existed. I got one right here on my finger. So, like, hey, that's there. So, it's kind of weird because you're in the next room over for me. It's kind of cool. So.
We got to keep our separation.
Are you wearing sunglasses? Those look like sunglasses. I can totally see the glare of the.
Yeah, they're not.
Of the monitor in them. Okay. Alrighty, so this is more of a test than anything, but you know what happened with our first test, right?
Yeah, it didn't go too well.
I'm going to go ahead and go through this. This is the Boomer Bob Show. This is my special guest, Earthbound. And just go through the crap down here at the bottom and get that over with. Of course, boomerbobshow.com. Haven't really worked on that site at all. I got it as a troll, and now I'm stuck to it. So I'll have to do something with it here eventually. If you want to contact me for some reason, boomerbobshow@gmail.com. You can leave us a voicemail, scrolling down there at the bottom, 256-229-4105. That's in the United States. Add the +1, whatever, if you got to, if you're out of the country. Social media, I'm at Boomer Bob Show on just about everything except for Twitter. I am at Kick to the Junk. And then just there that is. So go ahead and throw the. There we go. And yeah. So, what do you want to talk about today, sweetheart? Got something in mind?
I do. I want to talk about how you told me there was only 50 states, and I said there was 52 states, and you kept correcting me.
There are
and
50...
I didn't understand why you kept correcting me. So when you went
job.
to when you went to work today, I had to Google that and say, how come I really believe there was 52 states? And come to find out, I'm not the only one that was taught 52 states. I'm not the only one. So
how many stars are on the flag?
50.
Thank you.
But when I went to school, I swear I believe I did 52.
Okay.
So when
it's okay.
Hey, when I went into when I looked into it further, I came across the Mandela Effect. So then I called my son. I didn't even tell him what I was doing. I says, "Hey, how many stars are on the flag?" He said 52.
Nope.
Damn, I'm not the only one.
No,
so,
you asked him how many states there are.
Oh,
you said
yes.
How many stars are on the flag?
I don't know which one. I might have asked him how many stars were on the flag or how many. Yes.
Right.
I think I asked him how many stars were on that flag. And then he said 52.
But there's only 50. Everybody knows that.
Well, you kept correcting me. And then.
Well, you said how many states are there? And I said 50.
I said 52.
And we have two territories, Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, that are considered U.S. territories. But they're not counted as a state.
If you was to ask other people, you're going to get different answers. You're going to have some of them saying 52 and some of them saying 50.
So you had this discussion with your eldest son, and which he will be on here one day very soon to discuss many topics. He has a vast repository of knowledge in his head, and I can't wait to crack it open on this show. But you had contacted him to kind of like just talk to him about that.
I know I'm
he
not
said,
stupid. I did a project in school.
So when he said that, what did he, or when you guys got through talking about that, what did he say that was called?
The Mandela Effect.
It's the Mandela Effect. So we're going to go over what the Mandela Effect is. But first, we have to understand who Mandela is. Okay, so what needs to happen there is, just a second. I have to cough. It's not corona related. Okay. Let me share a screen real quick. And yeah, we need the other tab. So hold on a second. I am kind of new to this, running this on the fly. So you have to give me a minute. Okay. Kind of brief over who Nelson Mandela is. Okay.
All right.
What happened? What the hell? Sorry. I clicked something stupid. Hey, there it is. There that button is.
All right. Now, see, I don't know.
Okay. Nelson Mandela, born 1818. Can I say that again? Born 18 July 1918. And he died, according to Wikipedia, 5th of December 2013. Golly, what is wrong with my tongue today? He was a South African anti-apartheid revolutionary, political leader, and philanthropist who served as president of South Africa from 94 to 99. See, I mentioned that earlier, that I remember it was in the mid to late 90s because it was under Clinton when all that happened. Not that Clinton had anything to do with it, but he was the country's first black head of state and the first elected in a fully representative democratic election. His government focused on dismantling the legacy of apartheid by tackling institutionalized racism and fostering racial reconciliation. Ideologically an African nationalist and socialist, he served as the president of the African National Congress Party from 1991 to 97. And sorry, I do know how to read. It's just I don't have my text blown up big and my eyes are bad from this distance. So pardon me while my eyes focus, and it's not my inability to read. So he also served 27 years in prison. I thought it was 26, but he served 27 years in prison, split between Robben Island, Pollsmoor Prison, and Victor Verster Prison. Amid growing domestic and international pressure, and with fears of a racial civil war, President F.W. de Klerk, released him in 1990. So,
all right,
he was basically a political prisoner, and activist, of course, on a grand scale. And he ended up becoming a leader, rising above and becoming a leader. But the Mandela Effect stems from this. I have to switch tabs here. I should have just shared the window, but I shared the tab. So pardon me while I do this. And now we're going to go to this one. So this is from goodhousekeeping.com, to give them credit. Pardon me.
Yeah.
This was part of the Mandela Effect. Okay. Do you want to read this, or do you want me to keep reading?
No. All right. The Nelson Mandela's death. Let's start with the reason we're all here. The Nelson Mandela, who this theory is named after, died in 2013. However, countless people distinctively remember him dying in prison in the 1980s. But his death isn't the only example of the Mandela Effect. We have been wrong about so many dates, details, and more. We'll keep going for more commonly misremembered moments in history.
So what they're saying,
I remember him dying in prison too. I had to just Google it.
Okay, hold on. Well, that's what the Mandela Effect is. It is today in 2020, you remember things a certain way, but there's other people who remember them another way. And there's enough evidence around, pardon me while I dig in my nose, to support both. Okay. I don't know why this monitor turned off. Yeah, I'm just having so many technical issues. It's been on for like 5 hours, and then all of a sudden it's like, I'm going to go to sleep now. So, pardon me. All right. So what the Mandela effect is it kind of stems from people remember him dying in prison, but other people remember him becoming president of South Africa, basically, and living past that and dying in 2013. So that, you remember it this way, you remember a certain song ended like this, and other people remember that it ended like that. Now, I am not fully sold on this effect. There's a couple of things that, I think it's more of an internet game.
How about we look at it like this, that when you hear it one way, like that song with Queen, you hear it one
we haven't
way.
even gone into that.
All right. I was
Excuse me.
going to say, maybe it's the internet. It brainwashes you how to look at things, and you're like, oh yeah, that's how I
Well, no,
remember
I'm
it.
not remembering these things with the internet.
Well,
We were outside in the garage talking about this when this happened, and if anybody's wondering, like, well, they live together, they're married. Why is she in that room and he's in this room?
well, I asked him in the garage
Well, no,
about Sex in the
because in
City.
order to discuss this, you asked me about a lot of things. We're not going to go over them right yet, so stop talking about them.
All right.
The reason we're doing this right here on video is because this requires visuals.
All right.
And this is the only way to do it. Okay.
Well,
There's this will not work as an audio only podcast.
all right, let's
So
do it.
If I tricked you into listening to the audio only version, which I probably will release, then guess what? You need to go back and check the video out. It'll be on YouTube. Boomer Bob Show, YouTube. I don't have that vanity URL as of yet. Got to have 100 subs to get the vanity URL, and I don't have that yet, but I will. I'm going to buy them like everybody else does. Just kidding. So the Mandela effect is, you remember tomatoes being green. I remember them being orange, kind of. So here we go. Here are some examples. How's that showing up in the camera there? Is it showing up all right?
Not yet.
Oh, my bad. I'm an idiot. Dude, there we go. Okay.
Yes.
So, good old Jiffy Jeff. I never, ever recalled it being called Jiffy.
It's because you are schooled. You're programmed now. I remember it being Jiffy.
Since a child, it's been called Jiff.
Google it. Find out
right
when
here,
it
Jiff, not Jiffy. People swear that there's a Jiffy peanut butter back in the day, but we speculate they're combining Jiff with its competitor Skippy.
Now, but that's okay.
Boy, Joey needs to be covered. She's really annoying right now. So, all right. So, I'm sorry. I'm not going to spend 20 minutes on each one of these. I'm going to go through them.
No.
Looney Tunes.
I
remember the one on the right.
I remember the one on the left.
Okay. Looney Tunes, not tunes. It makes almost zero sense, but yes, the cartoon was spelled as Tunes, tunes.
It makes more sense saying tunes, Toons, because cartoons.
Yeah, but
it was a cartoon.
But
Looney
that's not a
Tunes.
Mandela effect. Okay. Part of the Mandela effect that we didn't explain, for those of you who don't know, and I'll see if I can pull up something here. CERN. We'll go ahead and throw that up here.
Now, I do not remember it calling Looney Tunes to the right. No.
All right, I'm gonna share another window here, so give me a second, okay? I need to rearrange my desk to where I have both of these monitors looking that way at the same direction, and so this is helping me decide how to arrange my monitor. I'm about to go in there and choke your damn bird.
I block her out. I don't know. How come you can't
Well,
do
I'm
that?
sorry, but these microphones and the people that are trying to enjoy this can't block her dumbass out.
I could barely hear her.
I'm about to go cover her up. I swear to fucking God.
Sheesh. She's talking to the neighbors outside with the windows open and the breeze coming in, and you want to go shut her down, bully.
All right. So right now we're on CERN. Okay.
All
CERN is we'll just go to the wiki. That's always easiest. European Organization for Nuclear Research, known as CERN. It's a European research organization that operates the largest particle physics laboratory in the world. Now, what this place is this is their main site. And they have underground, they have this huge, I think, isn't it like 2 miles long, a particle accelerator under here.
Yes.
And I don't know exactly where it is. I know that
Scroll
part of
it down and see if you can see it.
It's a photo. It's a picture. I can't do nothing about this. Okay, I can't
All
do
right.
anything about it. So anyway, I'm not here to discuss CERN for an hour. They have these big tubes that are huge. All right, they're feet in diameter.
Hey, scroll over to the next picture. It might show
I can't.
cylinder.
Just stop.
God, fight with me all the time.
Let me fucking produce the show, please.
Okay.
Are you done?
Are you?
It's
I need control here.
anyway. Let me see if I can find it. That's the member states. Nope, nothing to do with anything. Okay. So CERN has a huge particle accelerator underground, and what it is these giant tubes, pipes that are run, from what I remember, I could be wrong on this, are roughly 2 miles long or 2 kilometers, something like that. And what they do is they fire particles, like slam them together at hyper speeds. And one of the things that could do is open up a black hole. So some people say that CERN has already thrown us into an alternate universe by opening up a black hole and putting us through it. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, well you can say yeah or no, that's not what I heard.
Well, I'm trying to give you some control here, honey. What do you? I can't win. I can't win. Okay.
So that's
go
what
ahead.
CERN is. Okay, CERN. So some people say that CERN has already fired us into an alternate universe where, my name was Rob, but now it's Bob. That kind of thing. Your garage used to be on the left side of your house. Now it's on the right side of your house. That kind of an alternate universe. Okay, where you used to date, somebody named Mike, and now your high school sweetheart and back in the day is now Mick. Small little things like that change, and that's where this comes from, the Mandela Effect. So let's go on to the next one. The Berenstain Bears. I've never heard it called the Berenstain Bears. So which one do you pick?
The left.
Yeah, me too. I've never heard it called the Berenstain Bears. That would be kind of rude.
We agree on that.
The lovable cartoon bear family actually spelled their last name with an A. Berenstain Bears. See, I remember Berenstain, Stein or Stain. What? I'm sorry, Berenstain, Steen, whatever.
Yes.
So I don't remember the one on the right. So, alternate universe.
Quantum
I remember
physics.
Curious George having a tail.
Yes.
What about you?
The tail. He needed the tail.
Although that one looks like added on after the fact. That doesn't look natural. The tail was never there. So
It was always there. How do you think he climbed?
That's not what they said. Next. Okay, so which one do you remember?
Sex in the City.
IN?
Yes, to the left.
Me too. I had copied the DVD set a long time ago. I probably still have it somewhere. While these four women are having sex in the city, the show was actually titled Sex and the City.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
I remember in the city.
That's just crazy. That's quantum physics for you.
Well, that's
Look at
something of that sort.
Febreze.
I do not remember the 1Z version. I mean, sorry,
No.
the 1E version. That looks to me like a Dollar General knockoff, but I would reaching on the shelf to grab one if I was into the spraying toxic chemicals on my stuff rather than actually cleaning it. I would probably go for either bottle and not give a shit.
Yeah,
But-
I think I remember the left.
So, which one is it, left or right?
It's left, but I don't know what it. So the one on the right, is
we're gonna
that
find
today?
out. We're gonna
All
find
right.
out.
All right.
You might use this stuff every day, but to be honest, you thought it was 2 E's, didn't you? Well, it's not. It's the one on the right. Okay.
Yes, it's crazy.
What about this one?
I remember the left.
Yeah, no. My baloney has a first name, it's OSCAR. My baloney has a second name, it's
MEYER.
MAYER. Honey, I've eaten more hot dogs than anybody I know.
Oh, you're programmed. You're in
I
this.
know the commercial. I know how it's spelled. Let's go.
You just.
So you're saying
programmed.
left.
I'm saying left.
One of the most confounding of them all, there is an A in Meyer. Honest to goodness. We thought it was Mayer. Meyer, whatever. MEYER. If you watch the commercial, we can do that real quick if you'd like.
No, because the commercial's going to show today's.
No, I'm talking about the one from like 1993, man.
Go older.
Yeah, 1970s. This is the one we watched earlier.
Can you hear it? I can't hear it on
You're
this side.
talking over it.
Hey, there you go yelling.
Oh, you're talking over it. Is it not going through?
No, so I thought you might need to know that.
Is it not coming through? to you?
No.
Fucking Christ.
Well,
Some Chrome extension bullshit it's not allowing. Oh, well. Well, the commercial says MAYER. And that's what this says too. So, next. Skechers. I do not remember a T in there ever. I've got a few pair of them, and I do not remember a T. What about you?
I remember the T.
I don't. It doesn't really fit. Doesn't it make the name too long to you? I do not remember it being. Anyway, let's see which one it is. Less sketchy than most, people have been befuddled to see that there's no T in Skechers. I don't remember a T. What about Fruit Loops? Which one is it?
The one on the left, the Fruit Loops, FRUIT.
Yeah, when you initially asked me about this one, I remembered the one on the left, just in my head. But when I saw the box here, I immediately remembered the one on the right because of they used their own product in the name. You know, the two O's in both words.
Well, I think that's why I keep saying you're
So which one are you going to
programmed.
go with?
I'm going to the one on the left.
Okay, well, that's FRUIT, loops, Fruit Loops, spelled
Yes.
proper. Okay, well, like I said, I initially, when you asked me about it without a visual, I thought FRUIT, LOOPS, Fruit Loops, just like you did. But then when I saw
it, it changed you.
it changed me, and I was like, okay, no, that rings a larger bell because of the use of their own product in the name as the O's. the loops.
Because now you buy it. You buy it, so you're going to see
I
Fruit
don't buy
Loops.
fruit. I don't buy Fruit Loops. They have TSP in them, trisodium phosphate. I don't.
Now
I
you
don't
don't
eat that
buy
stuff.
them.
Kellogg had been spelling fruit like that for years, and we only noticed it now. Wowza! So it's the one on the right, is the actual. I don't remember that one at all. Now that one there, the Monopoly Man and his monocle. I remember, and when you brought this one up, I remember the monocle being on certain drawings of him, like on the cards that are on Community Chest or Chance, but I don't remember it anywhere else, like on the board. What about you?
I remember it on the left with the
Only?
monocle.
Only?
Only.
He always had a monocle.
Always.
Interesting. Monopoly
Now,
Man and his monocle, or more like the fact that he doesn't have one. This, as some suggest, might be a simple confusion between him and the Planters Peanut Company mascot, Mr. Peanut, which I thought of that too, but I just didn't verbalize my thoughts on that one. So the one on the right is the only true
hey,
Uncle Pennybags, I think was his name, isn't it?
yes, I'm not sure. But
What?
so the one on the right, you think is true because that's what you believe?
Well, I mean, I son of a bitch didn't even do nothing. What happened? No, I don't. Oh, son of a bitch. Let me reload. That's stupid. I remember the one on the right, but I thought, like I said, I thought I'd seen him with a monocle in certain drawings, like on one of the chance cards or one of the community chest cards. He had a monocle, but I could be wrong. It's not something I really committed to memory. Okay.
Okay.
Pikachu, I remember the one with the black at the end of his tail. What about you?
I don't recall either one. I guess I didn't focus on it that much.
But you play Pokemon Go all the time.
Yeah, but I guess I didn't take note to all detail
Pikachu's
to 'em.
tail. Though many of us clearly remember black detailing on the Pokemon character's tail, but in reality, it's just yellow. So, yeah, I remembered wrong. But I do like it better. Maybe that's the case for me. I think it's more visually appealing. What do you think?
Either one don't matter.
Which one would you swipe right on if you were on like a dating app?
I'd probably pick the left. I like.
Yeah, okay. Because you like that black tail. All right. What about Kit Kat? I remember hyphen.
Yeah, me too.
Because when I used to look at the letters that are embossed in the chocolate and notice that they put the hyphen in there too, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you're going hyphen, right?
Yes.
The hyphen in Kit Kat. If you just had an existential crisis about the fact that there's no hyphen in between Kit and Cat, know that you're not alone. So there's not a hyphen. It's the one on the right.
It's just been changed.
Yeah, they're messing with us, man.
Oh, now me and
Fruit
you're
of the
going to
Loom.
differ on that.
Yep, we've already talked about this one. I do not remember a bushel being in the logo for Fruit of the Loom. No bushel, just the fruit. It's fruit, not a bushel of fruit.
I remember the bushel. I used to buy Fruit of the Loom all the time.
Well, it does kind of fit with the times because today bushes are out. Fruit of the Loom logo, it used to have a cornucopia behind the fruit, right?
Yes.
Right?
Right.
No. It didn't.
I believe yes.
They don't tell you, by the way.
It's because the left one was right, and for whatever reason, they changed it. I don't know if that's with quantum physics or they changed it because it's
less ink
and less ink.
What about Cheez-Its or Cheez-It?
I remember Cheez-Its with a
Really?
Z.
I remember Cheez-It. Cheez-It crackers, not Cheez-Its. I mean,
It's just
we called them Cheez-Its, but I never saw the Z on the end of IT. It's. I never saw the Z on the end of it on the box. It just doesn't fit. Like the pardon me, the logo with the Z looks off because of the Z on the end.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I still gonna go with the left with the Z.
Really? I'm gonna go with the right. And I eat these all the time, do I not?
We're in two different parallel worlds
Did you hear
in
me?
the
What I
same
just said?
world.
I just asked you a
You
question.
eat them all the time.
Yeah,
Yes.
verify that. Thank you. That's why
You're
I asked you.
programmed.
We swear that there used to be an extra Z at the end. What is happening? No, there was never a Z. You guys are tripping.
I'm not tripping.
Y'all be tripping.
You program, bitch.
Who the hell you calling bitch?
You just programmed.
What about Oreo? Double stuff Oreo with 2 F's on stuff.
Yes.
It's double
was-
stuff with 2 F's, right?
Yes. I don't know how it is today, but I remember 2 F's. It's double stuff.
If you're trying to tell us that there isn't a second F in stuff, our lives have officially been a lie. So there's not. It's the one on the right.
Yep. We've been lied to. This world ain't
You're trying to tell
round.
us that there
It's
isn't
flat.
a second F. Don't you? Oh, you already threw away the packaging, didn't you?
I did. Oh, it's
Damn it.
going to say the 1F.
It's 1 F.
Hmm.
There it is.
Hey, can you pull up? Well, see, that's kind of a new cookie within the last, 10 years? I don't know.
Well, that's been out for like 25, 30 years.
No, the cookie itself has been out. But when they made double
hasn't.
stuff,
There, it's 1
it's
F.
gonna, yeah. But go back when that cookie first came out. Not the
They
Oreo
weren't-
cookie has always been out.
They
Hear
were
me out.
called Hydrox back then. They weren't called double stuff.
Okay. Well, then
Here,
they
what about that one?
changed to the. That looks good.
What? All that white with a little black on each end?
All that cream.
All that chocolate? All right, let's move on.
Okay. So I didn't really see
What
a
are we
difference
looking
in
at here?
that. The smile, I think.
She didn't have one. No, she never had an obvious smile. It would be the one over here on the right. I don't remember the one where the corner of her mouth was slightly turned and the cheeks around the nose kind of reflected like a dimple. No, it was the one on the right. Yeah. What else we got? C-3PO never had a silver part on his body. He was all copper or gold, whatever, from head to toe. So, which one do you think?
I never took notice.
C-3PO has a silver leg. Even the biggest Star Wars fans get it wrong. The robot isn't all gold. He has one silver piece on his right leg. I don't know about that one. Sorry.
Yeah. Something, ain't it?
Yep. How about the Flintstones?
I
Is it Flintstones or Flintstones? Which one? Which one are you going with?
Flint's stones.
Okay.
On the left.
With or without the T in Flynn? Is it Flynn or Flint?
Flint's. 1 T. 1 T.
Woman, ignore the word stones. Is there a T in Flint or Flynn?
No.
Okay, so no T after the N.
Correct.
That's your pick. So the one on the left.
Right.
Okay. I'm going with the one on the right because the name makes sense. Flint Stones. The whole premise of the show, everything is named after rocks. Okay? Hardscapes. Okay? They're all named after boulders,
Right. Why can't it be the Flint
marble.
Stones? The Flintstones.
But
you want to
Flint.
say the Flint Stones.
Yeah, because Flint is a rock.
it only had
it's an
one
actual,
T.
Flint is an actual something you can dig up out of the ground. A Flynn isn't.
It's his
it's always
last
had 2
name.
T's.
The
Yeah.
Flynn Stones.
No, it's always had 2 T's because of the word Flint right here. is
Okay.
a rock. That's
Okay.
we'll go.
We'll go.
The Flintstones has 2 T's. We've been pronouncing it without the first one, so this is a really awkward one now. No, I've never enunciated it Flintstones. It's Flintstones.
I watched it, I
if you
believe,
say
in
it
the
fast,
60s.
if you say it fast enough, yeah, Flintstones. You know what? But I mean, there's a lot of words like that. There's a lot of words we do that too.
Hmm.
So it is the one on the right. It is 2 T's. Flintstones.
You're the one that's all about correct grammar, so don't go there.
Yeah.
Now
what
that
the
one,
hell is this?
I think that's the color.
Chartreuse. Which color is chartreuse? The greenish or the violet? I'm going to say the violet.
The green.
Do you recall someone telling you that chartreuse is a magenta pink color? So many others agree with you. But in reality, it's a shade of green. Well, guess what? I'm a guy, and I'm not allowed to even use the word chartreuse. So now I have to edit this freaking video for that reason. So you were right, though. It is the green color. Now, this one, I actually read this one earlier, and I was like, no, never. Never. It's Forrest Gump sitting on the bench with his suitcase and his box of chocolates. And it says, life is like a box of chocolates. Is not what Forrest Gump, played by Tom Hanks, actually said. If you listen closely, he says, life was like a box of chocolates. We're regretting all of those Instagram captions right about now. No, that's incorrect. Because it makes no sense for him to say life was like a box of chocolates. Now, if he's talking about, because he's on the bench talking about the past, sure. You know, life, like my life when I was in high school was about being a rock star. It's not now. So I can't. So back then I would say life is about being a rock star. But today I would say life was about being a rock star. You see what I'm saying? So, but when he's, you know, talking about his mama in the movie, he goes, life, mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. He didn't say mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. Does he? I don't know. What do you remember?
Life is like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get. Right?
Right.
Okay. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Nope. That wasn't a line in Snow White either.
It's magic mirror.
In fact, the Wicked Queen says, magic mirror on the wall.
On the wall.
Yep, our child. Well, I never really watched it, but I had heard mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all, right? That's
no,
right?
I hear I've always heard magic mirror. Now today is mirror, mirror. That's just
so you remember magic mirror. I don't.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I think you got sucked through
because it's a magic. It's a magic mirror, not a mirror.
Yeah, but
come on, does that make sense? Mirror. No, it's magic mirror on the wall.
They got those now. You know, you can like exercise in them and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like, you know, I know mine would get like hacked, and the guy would be like, "Come on, fat ass, you call that a push up?" Yeah, I want to. I'd be like eating in it. Yeah, I'd be just sitting there eating.
I don't want to be tripping looking at myself in a mirror.
Like, having a smoke in the mirror and it'd be like, you really, I'm telling your insurance company.
Yeah.
How about this one?
Luke,
I am your father. I need some echo. I don't have that. Honestly, this was the last one that cut deep. Perhaps the most famous movie line in history wasn't even said. All he really said was, I am your father.
I think he says, no, I am your father.
I remember,
but I remember it, Luke, I am your father.
I'm not a massive Star Wars fan. I have seen this scene once or twice, and I vaguely remember him saying, Luke, I am your father. Kind of like that, you know. So,
yeah,
but apparently he never said Luke. So apparently he was just telling everyone in the room that he's their daddy.
He got around.
I never saw this crap. So sorry, I'm going to move forward. This one I do remember. I remember because I mean I've used this when I used to call people. You know, when they would answer, I'd go, "Hello, Clarice,"
Yes.
like that. But the fact that okay, it says we don't know what's scarier: the fact that we remember Hannibal Lecter saying "Hello, Clarice," or the reality that all he said was really "Good morning."
No, I remember
I'm gonna have to
hello.
watch that movie. I think they're just trying to get us to watch that damn movie again because he did say "Hello, Clarice."
Well, if we are
Where would I
correct
have
with
gotten
the
that from?
right, but what happens if we watch the movie again and it says good morning? Then maybe with quantum physics playing with us, it just changed.
Just say
It
alternate
changed.
reality. We don't know that it's
Right.
quantum physics.
It is quantum physics.
Quantum these nuts.
Quantum. I'll put them in another
Okay,
parallel.
this one I proved earlier. I did not think that he said of the world. Queen,
You didn't prove nothing.
I proved it.
You did not prove it. You showed me a song of today.
Okay.
That's not how it used. No.
Oh, and your favorite song, The Mandela Effect, is here to ruin that too. We all think of Freddie Mercury belting out of the world at the end of We Are the Champions, but it never happened. Yes, it did. He doesn't say it at the very end of the song. He says it, there's four choruses, four count choruses towards the end of the song. And in the middle of that, he breaks it up in half by saying, you know, we are the champions of the world. And then they go back into it. We are the champions, my friend. Okay. So
Yes.
it was never the very last line in the song. I do not, I've listened to this song for 40 years. I
I've
remember it
listened
very
to it
well. I
more
had
than
the
you
album.
have.
I had the album cover. I used to keep the record in the little sleeve outside of the album cover because I had the album cover opened up like this way, thumbtacked to my wall. So I mean, I loved that album, and I remember the last notes being Brian May pinching a harmonic on his guitar, and at the end of the song, there was no of the world. So
Yes, and I'm going to argue with you. He did say of the world, and it was the last, and he dragged out the word world. That's how it was. I listened to that song probably more than you have.
okay, he drags it out in the middle of the song too. When
Okay.
when the he drags out the word world, right? I can't sing, so he drags it out of the world, and then the piano comes in. Dun,
No,
dun, dun, and
that's
he
the
go
end.
into another verse, and he says, "I've taken my vows," that kind of
Yes.
stuff. So no, that's the only. It's in the song still. It's always that's how it's always been. I've never heard it
That's
any other way.
what
I've
they
never
want
heard
you to
them end.
believe.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's what they want you to believe.
Oh my God! Do you think it's a conspiracy?
Not a conspiracy.
You got sucked through an alternate universe. I was
Yes.
I was too dense.
You wasn't
It
saved.
wouldn't be pulled through. Wouldn't pull it through. All right. This one I did not. Okay, Mr. Rogers' theme song. You might start singing the lyric, "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood," especially with the upcoming Tom Hanks film, which by the way
Yes.
is already out and on DVD. But even the movie makers got it wrong. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
Yeah. Only that neighborhood.
A small but mighty blow to our memories. No, I remember the neighborhood.
Good.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Yeah,
We're
that's
still somewhat in the same parallel world than me and you. Somewhat.
you got like a foot in mine, and it's beginning to stink up the place. I wish you'd get it out. Let's see. Number of states. The correct answer is 50, obviously, but some recall learning that there were 51 or 52. Nope.
Don't you ever correct me again.
Excuse me.
Excuse
The correct
nothing.
answer is 50.
Yeah, today they want you to believe that now. Today, you're just sucked in a wrong
Just
parallel
because
world.
you remembered wrong doesn't
I
mean
didn't remember
that what you
wrong.
remembered was. That's why you failed.
Remember, I'm
That's why you
wiser
got
than
a
you. I'm 10
C
years
on it.
older.
You got a C on that test. I got an
Yeah,
A.
yeah,
I
whatever.
wrecked the curve,
They
ruined
just
that
want
bell
you.
curve for
It's
everybody.
just the new
All
whatever.
right. Sinbad never played a genie.
Yeah, he did.
I don't remember that. This one, perhaps the most bizarre of all. Several people can attest that they distinctly remember seeing the comedian in a movie called Shazam. Many argue they're confusing this memory with the movie Kazam, starring Shaquille O'Neal as Genie. But who really knows? No, I vaguely remember him playing a Genie, but it was a bomb, crappy movie. And I do remember the movie Shazam. What, is there not a movie Shazam?
I remember the
That's
movie
why I
being
thought
called
he
Shazam.
kind of disappeared from the, you know, from mainstream comedy because he went and become I think he had like a TV show for a minute too, Sinbad. Anyway, Smoke of the Bear. Smokey Bear. Yep, that's his name. Contrary to popular belief, his name isn't Smokey the Bear. I'll call him whatever the fuck I want. And I'm calling him Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires.
It's Smokey the Bear.
He's like, Luke, I am your father.
No, I am your father.
All right, well, Tank Man. I remember Tank Man. Oh, not during 1989. I thought this was about a guy who ripped off a tank and went driving around with it. That was back in.
I think he gets ran over, but now today he
in
doesn't.
perhaps the most memorable moment of the 1989 Tiananmen Square protects. What?
Recollections of the event vary.
Yeah.
Some say the unidentified man known as the Tank Man was run over and killed, but other videos show him moving away from the scene. Because, today's millennials can't see that.
It won't let me play it. How terrible. Neil Armstrong's death. Oddly enough, people had no recollection of the aeronautic legend's death. Many fans apparently forgot or didn't notice the news of his passing in August of 2012. Well, there's a lot going on in 2012. So, what's neat about Neil Armstrong, right there? What I just highlighted.
Yeah.
If you know, he's the first man to walk on the moon, right?
Right.
Okay. What is what I just highlighted? What does it spell if you read it backwards?
Alien.
Thank you.
Oh, do. In 2012, that's when the world was supposed to end, remember?
Yeah, but the Mayans got it wrong. They were dyslexic. It's going to be 2021.
I think it has something to do with those parallel effects.
No, I think the Mayans were just dyslexic and got it wrong. It's going to be 2021 because if you juxtapose 12, it becomes 21.
Yay.
So
the
Billy
world's
Graham's
gonna
death,
end.
like Mandela, many people can't place when Billy Graham's funeral aired on TV. That's probably because it didn't happen long ago. He died in February of 2018. I really didn't care.
Yeah.
Mother Teresa's canonization. People have strong opinions about when Mother Teresa was canonized as a saint. As saint. The real event happened in 2016, but many remember her entering sainthood in the 90s. I didn't pay enough attention. Couldn't see past my own nose. The Challenger explosion. Now this, I really remember this big time. It was in 86. It was January of 86. I was living in Brentwood. We had a snow day that day. Woke up, got ready for school, and they canceled school. And we were I was outside making snow angels in my neighbor's backyard. And he yelled at me. His name was Tim Kiernan. And he yelled at me that, from inside his house, he said, "Hey, come in, Bobby, come in. They're about to launch the space shuttle." I said, "Cool." So we went in there and we watched it, and it went up for, as everybody knows, it went up for like half a minute, and then it blew up, and we were like, what was it supposed to do that? We didn't know. We were dumb kids, you know. We are like 14, 15 years old. So yeah, so it was 86 though. I remember that year very well. What about you?
86.
Yeah, so I don't know where that 84, 85 came from. All right, the Lindbergh baby. Don't care. Patrick Swayze's health. I thought he had pancreatic cancer. Yeah, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. They remember him recovering. You don't recover from pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
Sorry. Got that Rona. Leonardo DiCaprio's first Oscar. I didn't know he had any. I'm sure he has 1,000. Who cares? But though Leo finally took home his first Oscar for Best Actor in 2016, countless people argue he scored one much earlier. Yeah, I thought he got one when he played in that. What was the movie about the airplane guy who made this Spruce Goose and all that? God, I can't remember the name of the movie. I'm terrible with this stuff. It's easy to get this one confused, though, because he was previously nominated 5 other times. Well, that's not a big, giant... Oh, yeah, CERN's really trying to trick us with that one. Location of Disney World Castle. Well, it's in Orlando. Right?
Okay.
Right?
Right.
I mean, that right there's the one in Orlando, no?
Right.
If you've ever been to Magic Kingdom, do you recall where the castle was located? Some, even one Orlando local on Reddit, clearly remembers it being the entrance to the park. No, it's one of the first things that you see when you walk through the gates. There's like a midway when you walk in. They have like lockers to the right. I haven't been there since the 90s. They have like locker areas to the right. They have a midway that you walk through. Like, what do they call that? Main Street, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you get to it. Right?
Gosh, I kind of do remember that, though, seeing that picture. I do.
Yeah, right as you walk in. Well, maybe a long time ago. It was back in the 80s, because I went in the 80s a couple times, and I went in the 90s, I think, once. And
Yeah.
I remember it being close to the front. But
Wow, I do remember
I don't remember it
that.
being the first thing. Yeah, maybe it was. Being
Gosh.
like right under there where you would walk into the middle of it, like that being the entrance.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe it
If I
was.
didn't see that picture, I wouldn't have had a
Mhm.
memory, but I have a
Mhm.
memory of that.
Mm. What are we going to do about that? Hey, 40 rare photos of Joan Crawford. Yeah, I want to see her beat her kids with a
Hanger.
wire hanger. Yeah. All righty.
Well, that was interesting.
Well, that was interesting. I still, it's an interesting thought. On an episode of Metal and Mortgages, Derek had brought up my former co-host Derek. He had brought up once that somebody estimated some kid, somebody who was like 18 years old, whatever, excellent, expert in physics at that age. He had already estimated that CERN had already thrown us into a black hole, which ultimately popped us out in a parallel universe. So that is interesting. So what you think?
I think that's pretty neat. But
hell's
me
that
and
noise?
Derek have different opinions on CERN and that dark hole. So there's that. I would have to
Dark
probably
hole or black hole, because those are two different things. Dark hole is what you get thrown in by the mob before you get shot.
black hole.
Okay. Well, cool. All right. Well, this has been real. This has been fun. Do you care to share any socials, or you want to remain anonymous?
Oh,
Just playing with you. Don't worry about it.
gosh.
What?
It's
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, you don't want anybody harassing you, do you?
No, I don't want nobody harassing me.
All right. Well, this has been fun, sweetheart. Thanks for doing it. And we did do this kind of private, so I'm gonna
Because I had to
probably post
prove
on
you
it
were
anyway.
wrong.
Yeah, oh, there was a couple of those. Yeah, I was dead wrong on, but you were wrong on a lot of them too. But maybe
Oh,
you're right. Maybe you're right.
whatever.
Part of your memory got pulled through
We're in
the
two different
black hole.
worlds.
I'm in the real world. You're in the parallel universe.
You're in a cyberspace world. That's why I didn't get sucked into believing all that.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. All righty. Well, this was fun. Once again, thanks everybody for checking it out. Catch you later.
Check you out.